PSG's 7-2 masterclass, the night Paris conquered Europe. A statement to Europe. The football world went silent for a moment. Scoreline, Leverkusen 2, PSG 7. Not a training match. Not a preseason friendly. A Champions League knockout night, and Paris Saint-Germain just detonated in Germany. For a club long accused of being flashy but fragile, this was more than victory. It was a warning. A message to every powerhouse in Europe. We are not just stars. We are a system now. Leverkusen came into this match as the talk of Europe. Unbeaten in months, masters of the Xabi Alonso revolution. But PSG came with something else. Purpose, precision, and pure destruction. This is the night Paris rewrote their European identity. Before the storm, the anticipation before kickoff was electric. Leverkusen, unbeaten in all competitions, had become a symbol of tactical perfection. Under Alonso, they pressed with synchronized aggression, their positional play modern and ruthless. Every touch felt rehearsed. Every run was part of a plan. Meanwhile, PSG arrived with critics sharpening their words. Their past Champions League failures still echoed. Collapses, chaos, and questions of character. But this version of PSG was different. Luis Enrique had slowly stripped away the dependency on individual brilliance and built a side that breathed collectively. No more, give it to Mbappe and pray. Now it was press, position, and precision. Still, no one expected what would follow. Not even the home fans, whose banners filled the Bay Arena with confidence and noise. The opening clash. From the first whistle, Leverkusen tried to impose their rhythm. Quick passes through the thirds, fullbacks inverted, midfielders rotating. PSG didn't retreat, they waited. And then, they struck. Just 10 minutes in, a turnover in midfield exposed Leverkusen's structure. Vitinha intercepted, slid it through, and Mbappe burst into the box. A feint, a pause, a finish into the far corner, 1-0. PSG ahead. The stadium gasped. It wasn't just the goal, it was how clean, how calculated it felt. Leverkusen had barely touched the ball in PSG's box before they were already chasing the game. Alonso's men tried to respond. They pushed numbers forward, flooding PSG's defensive line. But Enrique's men pressed in layers, every angle covered, every passing lane suffocated. In the 22nd minute, a missed pass from Ta found its way to Dembélé. He sprinted down the right, squared it perfectly, and Asensio tapped it in. 2-0. The home crowd's songs turned to murmurs. Something felt off. Leverkusen, the machine, had started leaking oil. Chaos and control. Leverkusen refused to fold. Florian Wirtz tried to pull strings between the lines. Frimpong bombed forward with trademark energy, and the pressure mounted. Finally, just before halftime, they got one back. A clever set piece, a scramble, and Jonathan Tah bundled it over the line. 2-1. Hope. But it was short-lived. Right from kickoff, PSG countered with lethal pace. Hakimi overlapped, Mbappe dragged defenders wide, and a through ball from Vitinha split the defense again. This time, it was Gonzalo Ramos. One touch, one finish. 3-1. The halftime whistle blew, but by then, the match already felt decided. PSG were not defending a lead. They were dissecting a philosophy. The tactical masterpiece, Luis Enrique's plan, was clear and cold-blooded. He knew Leverkusen's greatest strength, their high, coordinated press, could also be their undoing. So he inverted it. Instead of resisting the press, PSG invited it. Donnarumma played short passes to Marquinhos and Skriniar, luring Leverkusen's forwards deeper and deeper into PSG's half. Then, with one vertical pass, the trap snapped shut. Vitinha or Ugarte would receive between the lines, and suddenly, the field opened like a wound. Mbappe and Dembélé waited on the shoulders of defenders, ready to explode into the open grass. Every goal felt like a study in timing. Every attack looked rehearsed, yet effortless. By the 60th minute, Leverkusen looked dazed. Their shape was gone, their rhythm broken. And PSG, they were merciless. The floodgates open. The 61st minute, Mbappe again, collecting a deflected pass, turning two defenders inside out, and finishing with a calmness that bordered on arrogance. Leverkusen tried to respond immediately. Alonso threw on fresh legs, Adli, Lozek, Andrik, but nothing stuck. Each attempt at build-up turned into another Parisian ambush. Minutes later, a rapid transition ended with Hakimi's cross deflecting into the path of Dembélé. Volley, net, 5-1. The Bay Arena was silent now. You could hear PSG's bench laughing, clapping, celebrating every touch. But it wasn't over. The collapse. The 70th minute arrived and Leverkusen were chasing shadows. Every time they moved upfield, PSG appeared behind them, faster, sharper, hungrier. A misplaced pass from Kosunu gave Mbappe yet another opening. He rounded the keeper. 6-1. The camera cut to Xabi Alonso, standing still, expression frozen. This wasn't just defeat, it was dissection. His tactical structure had been dismantled, move by move, line by line. Leverkusen did pull one back through a scrappy rebound, 6-2, but even their own fans barely celebrated. The fight had drained away. And then, as if to seal the humiliation, PSG added a seventh. A looping corner, met by Marquinhos, nodded across goal for Ramos to tap in. 7-2. The scoreboard looked surreal, something from a video game. But it was real. 7 goals, away. Against one of Europe's most organized teams. What this means for PSG. For years, PSG's reputation in Europe was built on extravagance and collapse. From Barcelona's 6-1 comeback to Madrid's last-minute heartbreaks, they were known for their fragility under pressure. But this night was the opposite. It wasn't just domination, it was discipline. Luis Enrique has quietly reprogrammed this club. He's built layers of structure beneath the glitter. A team that presses together, defends with purpose, and counterattacks with surgical precision. Mbappe, once the solo savior, now plays within a system that enhances him rather than relies on him. Vitinha and Ugarte control the tempo, Dembélé finally delivers consistency, and Hakimi thrives in freedom. This 7-2 wasn't random, it was the product of evolution. A message to every European rival. PSG aren't just chasing glory, they're built for it. Leverkusen's lesson for Leverkusen, this defeat will sting deeper than most. They had dominated Germany, outplaying everyone. Bayern, Dortmund, Leipzig. But on the European stage, this night exposed the gap between innovation and experience. Xabi Alonso's system is brilliant. Oh my God! But it's still young. It thrives on rhythm, control, and precision. Yet against PSG's controlled chaos, it shattered. His fullbacks were caught high, midfielders overrun, and the backline dragged apart. Still, this loss doesn't erase what Leverkusen has built. If anything, it's a hard lesson. That greatness isn't just tactical perfection. It's adaptability under fire. Alonso will return to the drawing board. But for now, PSG stands above, smiling, glowing, unstoppable. The statement 7-2 wasn't just a football score. It was a psychological event. The night Europe's perception of PSG shifted, from entertainers to executioners. You could see it in Mbappe's face. No wild celebrations, just focus. In Luis Enrique's calm expression, no drama, no chaos, only quiet satisfaction. It was the look of a team that knows what's coming next. A team that finally understands that dominance isn't shown in moments. It's sustained through control. A message to Europe, across Europe, the message echoed. At the Etihad, Guardiola surely took note. In Madrid, whispers began. In Munich, silence. PSG have arrived, not as individuals, but as a machine with purpose. Their passing has rhythm, their pressing has venom, and their finishing is relentless. If this performance was any indication, the Champions League isn't just a dream anymore. It's a destination. Because on that cold night in Leverkusen, Paris didn't just win, they evolved. The new era of Paris, from chaos to control, from collapse to command. This is PSG reborn. The ghosts of past failures still whisper, but after a night like this, even they sound impressed. Europe, take notice. Paris Saint-Germain has sent its message. Now the world waits to see who dares to respond. If you enjoyed this breakdown, remember to like, comment, and subscribe for more cinematic football documentaries. This is not just the story of a match, it's the rise of a new identity.